So in 2010, after coming here with Dr. Martin for a little over a year, I started still developing some symptoms that really were, they weren't detectable. They weren't able to determine what those things were. And she sent me to some doctors to get some specialists to get some other tests. So they had cleared me and I was doing pretty good. And then, I was back at work and work was getting kind of hectic, and there it was one night. I brought my work home with me, and during that time I started not feeling well. And let's just fast forward. I decided to go to bed, and during that time I started feeling bad. And when I woke up, it was an hour later, and I had fallen and actually had cracked my skull open from here down to here. And it was just a gory scene. So when I got there to the hospital, I was still heavily sedated, and I saw my blood pressure going up and down, and then it was going down further. Everything was beeping, and I started looking around, and there was just so many doctors in the room, and I just started panicking because they were stapling my head, putting tubes in, and I said, I'm gonna need my cell phone. They were like, what? I said, I'm gonna need my cell phone. And this is the order in which I said, God, number one, I'm gonna need you to help me. Number two, I need you to get my sons there. And number three, you better know who's your lifeline. I said, I'm gonna need my cell phone so I can text my doctor. Now I end up texting Dr. Martin. Here it is. I don't remember what time of the morning it was because I'd been at the hospital for a couple hours. And I remember texting. And I remember that I put in there what happened. And I never forget what she did. She texted me back and said, what and who gave you, and I still have that. She never finished it. At that time, I guess it was in seconds or maybe even minutes, it was all hands on Joan. Dr. Martin had called into the emergency room, and she was treating me and working with the physicians to get me well. So that's why I tell people, if you want to go to a doctor where you can get the type of care that you need and a fun, loving environment where it's just not patient, she sees you and she treats you like you're one of her own, maybe part of her family. That's what you get at MD Medical. I love my doctor. And let me just I absolutely love my doctor.